Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de todo Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de todo Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de todo Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de todo Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de todo Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de toda Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de toda Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de toda Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional. VirtuallCorp es una institución dedicada al desarrollo profesional, con más de 5 años en el mercado nacional e internacional. Nuestros cursos prácticos te acercan a la vida real de los puestos de trabajo, llevando la teoría a la práctica real. Aprende con nosotros con más de 100 formaciones disponibles para ti.
Excelente, porque nos está brindando muchos conocimientos.
La verdad, este curso me sirvió de harto, una capacitación excelente.
Es todo práctico, se aprende mucho.
Desearles lo mejor, que sigan adelante y que sigan capacitando a los profesionales de toda Tarija.
VirtuallCorp, acompañando tu desarrollo profesional.
Buenas tardes tengan todos ustedes. Estamos nuevamente acá en el seminario de inglés para entrevistas de trabajo relacionado con el área administrativa. Bueno, como habíamos iniciado, primero que nada, déjenme informarles acerca de la experiencia laboral que tengo. Estoy trabajando en el área de inglés un poquito más de 19 años. Hemos trabajado en diferentes lugares, en diferentes posiciones, tanto como profesor de inglés en colegios e instituciones. Así también he sido nombrado director académico y coordinador académico. Coordinador académico tanto de la ciudad de La Paz como de toda Bolivia, coordinador académico nacional, y también he sido director académico de otras instituciones. Bueno, todo esto me ha ayudado a poder valorar todo el trabajo y obviamente crecer en todo lo que se refiere al área de inglés, ¿no? Entonces ya nos encontramos en el ámbito de los seminarios. Bueno, indicarles también que este es el segundo día del seminario y bueno, pues el día de hoy vamos a continuar con lo que habíamos hecho hasta ayer. Primeramente indicarles de que es importante que ustedes puedan comunicarse con los teléfonos que salen en el chat en vivo de YouTube para que puedan eh, trabajar en cuanto a todo lo referente a los certificados. Dejen sus datos, comuníquense con los teléfonos que se encuentran en el chat en vivo y así podrán ustedes ver sus respectivos certificados. Lo mismo si es que desean el video o la presentación también pueden hacerlo, ¿ok? Bueno, continuamos, así como habíamos visto el día de ayer, indicarles cuáles son las normas para poder continuar con el seminario. Primero que nada, les había indicado que esto es muy participativo. Es importante que ustedes puedan participar mediante el chat en vivo de YouTube. Yo voy a ir preguntándoles ciertas cosas para que ustedes puedan escribir y por favor yo les pido de manera encarecida que puedan hacerlo. Esto con una idea muy principal, una idea muy importante. Si bien estamos dando el seminario, es importante que ustedes puedan trabajar en el mismo para poder ganar la experiencia y obviamente tener un conocimiento más amplio de lo que estamos entregando en este momento. Ustedes saben muy bien que la experiencia hace mucho más y por tanto el poder compartir e interactuar es muy importante, ¿ok? Bueno, dicho esto, entonces voy a ir viendo periódicamente el chat en vivo para que pueda ver quiénes están participando y obviamente dar la bienvenida a todos aquellos que están por ingresar e ingresando, ¿ok? Importante también indicarles que si ustedes tuviesen alguna duda o alguna pregunta, no duden en hacerlo mediante el chat en vivo, ¿ok? De YouTube. Simplemente escriben y con todo gusto se les va a dar la respuesta correspondiente para poder aclarar sus dudas o cualquier otra pregunta que ustedes puedan tener. Bueno, entonces dicho esto, vamos a continuar. El día de ayer habíamos avanzado un poquito acerca de la entrevista para el área administrativa en inglés. Vamos a continuar ahora. Vamos a hacer un pequeño repaso, nos va a tomar unos 5 o 7 minutos, para poder entrar en contexto y así continuar con el seminario de manera ininterrumpida, ¿ok? Bueno, entonces empezamos a cambiar a la parte de inglés, ¿ok? Thank you very much. Well, in this, now we're going to start with the English for job interviews in the administrative area. We're going to work with a summary, okay, about what we did yesterday. It will take us about 5 minutes, maybe 6, and then we will continue with what we need to, okay? So, first of all, we talk about some specific vocabulary. And the vocabulary is this, okay? We have job titles, which is very important, and we needed to work with it, okay? Why is this important? Because we're talking about the administrative assistant, maybe office manager, executive assistant, receptionist, data entry, clerk, could be administrative coordinator, secretary, office clerk, and some others. I have some others too. We can have also operator assistant, administrative manager. We have operations manager, a human resources assistant or human talent assistant, coordinator in human resources, recruitment assistant, coordinate, accounting clerk, billing clerk, bookkeeping assistant, customer service representative, and call center operator. And we talk about some others like engineers, like receptionists. We talk about also some secretaries, etc. Okay, so let's teachers as well. We have some key responsibilities. What are the key responsibilities? This is very important to work with elevator pitch, right? So schedule appointments, programar citas, answer phone calls, handle correspondence, organize files, maintain records, manage calendar, so prepare reports, coordinate meetings, support management, also process invoices, etc. Okay, we have a little more. Yes, we have more. So organizing and maintaining office files, records, coordinating office activities, and ensuring smooth daily operations, etc. All of them are key responsibilities that we have already talked about yesterday. Okay, just to give it a context. Hello, Mr. George. Hello. We're just doing a summary about what we did yesterday, so you won't have any problems with what we need to do now. Okay, it will take us like 5 minutes, no more. Hello, everybody. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Lucas. Thank you very much for joining. Let's continue. We have also some specific organizational skills, for example, in skills and qualities, time management, multitasking, which is very important. Don't forget about that because we need to work with those words. Problem solving, resolving confidentiality, customer service, right? Computer literacy, teamwork, clear verbal and written communication, meeting deadline and handle multiple tasks at the same time, right? But we have some others one. Look at this. So we have more meeting headlines, being open to learning new skills. So this is important. These are the key words. Handling unexpected situations calmly, finding effective solutions, using office software, knowledge of email systems, working, building positive workplace relationships, managing sensitive information responsibly, maintaining an ethical and respectful attitude, adjusting to changes, etc. Right? So that is very important. And I have to tell you that this is very important to work with what we need to do for the elevator pitch. Also, some tools and software that you need to use. Yeah, we have the Microsoft Office, Google Workspace, ERP systems, CRM software, email platforms, office equipment, all of those. Now, the keywords, I'm a detail-oriented and highly organized. This is very important. I have experience managing schedules and coordinating meetings. I am proficient in Microsoft, Excel, and data entry. I am comfortable handling confidential information. I work well independently and as part of a team. I am used to working in fast-paced environment. I prioritize tasks effectively to meet deadlines. I have strong written and verbal communication skills, right? All of them are gonna help us to work with this, which is the elevator pitch. What is an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch, as it says, is una presentación breve. We use this elevator pitch to know the other person, maybe the interviewer or any other person, how good we are or how we work, our personal presentation, right? It is a short, clear, and persuasive presentation about yourself. It gives an idea about the project, and it has to last just 30 to 1 minute, maybe 1 minute and a half. Some people use 2 minutes, too much, but that is 30 seconds to 1 minute or minute and a half, okay? What is the main objective, the goals? So to get attention easily and leave a strong press work. That it is. We use it in job interviews, networking meetings, job fairs, social network, etc. Okay? The basic structure of the elevator pitch is who you are, what do you do, what makes you valuable, and what you're looking for. That is the basic structure of an elevator pitch. In this context, we're going to start working with one as an example. It says, hi, my name is Roberto Blacut, and it's divided in, as I told you, in colors. The first is who you are, Roberto Blacut, and I have a strong black background in administrative support. What do you do? What you do? What's your profession, right? Administrative support with over 6 years of experience in, and here comes what makes you valuable: organizing workflows, managing schedules, and ensuring smooth day-to-day operations. Okay, I'm highly proficient in office software like Excel, Word, and Outlook. I am known for being detail-oriented, dependable, and a great communicator. This is what makes you valuable. I enjoy working is what you are looking for as well. Look at this. I enjoy working behind the scenes to make sure everything runs effectively, and I'm always ready to adapt and take initiative. Here comes what you are looking for. I'm excited to bring my organizational skills and positive energy to a team where I can support both productivity and growth. That it is, okay? That is an elevator pitch, as simple as it is. You need to answer these 4 questions and you will have a very good elevator pitch, okay? So just that. But let's continue. Here I have another one that talks about an elevator pitch related to the administrative assistant, a general office support, okay? For example, it says, hello, my name is, and I've worked as an administrative assistant for over, let's say, 10 years, supporting daily office operations and executive staff. I'm skilled in calendar. Who you are, you did it. Now, what makes you valuable? I'm skilled in calendar management, document preparation, and customer service. I pride myself on being organized and relative and proactive. Whether I'm handling phone calls, coordinating meetings, or managing reports, I make sure everything runs smoothly and professionally. And what are you looking for? I'm looking forward to contributing to a team where efficiency and communication are key. Okay, that it is. So we know now what is an elevator pitch. Let's continue with an elevator branding. You remember that the elevator branding, the personal branding is the way to introduce yourself professionally to the world. That is the image, the reputation, and value you show as an individual, okay? So that means who you are exactly and what are your skills. abilities, right? It shows your skills, values, personality, experience, and a way of communication. And this is the most important. A personal branding always gives the people your skills, your values, your personality, and your experience, okay? If you write all of them in your personal branding, be sure that everybody's gonna hire you. It is the way people look at you in the professional area. How we do this and why it is important. Because it helps to be selected in the selection process, right? So it builds trust with employers or clients and position yourself as someone trustworthy, efficient, and valuable to any organization. Okay, that's why it is important. This is what you have on your resume. So this is the first thing that people are gonna read on your resume, right, or CV. Okay, and this is just a personal an example for personal branding. It says I'm a highly organized and proactive administrative professional with over 5 years of experience supporting teams. Managing office operation and optimizing workflows. I am known for my attention to detail, excellent communication skills, and ability to multitask under pressure. I bring clarity and efficiency to any administrative process. My goal is always to provide reliable support that helps teams achieve their objectives smoothly and effectively. If you realize I'm writing what I am, I mean, what is my profession, what is my working experience, how many years, right? And what makes me valuable, why I am very good for that position until process, right? And my goal, what is your objective in your uh, labor life, if I can say that, in your working life. So it's to provide reliable support that helps you achieve their objectives as smoothly and effectively. So that is the way you create your personal branding. Okay. Now I have an example of an administrative assistant, and it is I am a dedicated. Hello everyone. Hello. Sorry, before working with this, hello everybody. Thank you. We're just giving a summary. We're going to continue with what we need to, okay? As a dedicated administrative assistant, I bring structure and clarity to busy teams. Great. Communication, with strong skills and schedule document handling, and internal communication. I ensure smooth daily operations. I'm known for being dependable, discreet, and quick to adapt to fast-paced office environment. As I told you, I'm telling what I am, what's my profession, what is my experience, why I am valuable, okay, and what I'm looking for, okay? That it is. What is the difference between the elevator pitch and the personal branding? The elevator pitch is a short speech, please think about it, used in specific moments, but the personal branding is a long-term strategy, okay, that we use to build a professional identity and reputation in your CV. So we use the elevator pitch once in a conversation, but the personal branding is visible everywhere. I mean, you put it in your CV, in LinkedIn, interviews, and any other places, okay? In the elevator pitch, you focus on introducing yourself, that is quickly. But in the personal branding, you focus on how you want people to see your professionally, okay? That is how. What is the difference between the elevator pitch and a personal branding, okay? Now, talking about the communication skills, now techniques. The STAR method is very important. Why do we use the STAR method? We use the STAR method when we want to talk about the experience that you have in the past. When you are in an interview, and they ask you for your experience, it's a good idea to start with the STAR method. What it is, you have to talk about the context. What is the context, or what was the context? Then the task, what you had to do in the previous job. What was your responsibility? The action that you did. What did you do in order to improve something? And the results. What was the consequences of your action? What was the outcome, the results? Okay, so here I have once, when I told you, when imagine that someone asks you, tell me about your experience, and you have to start using the STAR method. As a document manager assistant, that is the situation. I mean, the position that you had in the previous work job. As a document manager assistant, the situation, I improved the company's filing system. That was the task, what you had to do by implementing a digital, by implementing a digital archive, right? And that is, for example, the action. What did you do to solve a problem? Which reduced the document retrieval by time by 40%. That was the result, right? In this way, you can understand that you got the situation, you started with the task, you did something to improve where you were working, and the result. Okay, so here we have some action verbs that we need to use for this STAR method. Always use action verbs: managed, coordinated, and if you realize, all of them are in past. Why? Because we needed to work with past. You are talking about your experience in the past, right? Managed, coordinated, improved, right? Streamlined, supported, implemented, achieved, resolved. I implemented a new software to improve data input, right? So in that way, we have a lot of action verbs. Here we have some that goes from arranged to ensured, all of them in past. I tell you why. We have more. Yes, we do have more. Okay, so these are action verbs, just in case. We can use them in any process that you decided to tell, right? For example, I decided, well, in the previous job, as a teacher, I can give an example. As a teacher, I improved. I improved the English teaching methodology by introducing the realia in our examples. In that way, we could improve the speaking of the students in the 60%. So if you realize, I'm giving you the context, what was the situation, what I improved, what was the outcome, and that it is, right? So that is very important. Now, when you want to quantify your achievements in the previous job, always use numbers, percentages, or timelines. Why? Because you need to give impact to your results. For example, I increased productivity by 35%. I reduced errors by 20% within the first 3 months, right? Just imagine to do that in the first 3 months. That will be awesome, right? Now, focus on transferable skills. Yes. When you are in an interview, please always focus on these skills. communication, time management, problem solving, attention to detail, and multitasking. I told you before, multitasking is important nowadays, right? So communication, time management, problem solving, attention to details, and multitasking are now the most important, okay? My strong time management skills helped me deal with all deadlines in a high pressure environment. Look at that. So it is giving a very good knowledge about what you do, right? Why? Because you're talking about what you did, but now they know how good you can do it, how well you can do it in the new position, right? That's why it is very important. Now we can continue with highlight achievements, not just studies. This is very, very important. Okay, not show what you did, show what you accomplished. Yes, I managed daily calls and optimized the filing system, increasing efficiency and response time. This is your daddies, right? I mean, your achievements, sorry. That it is. It's very important to work with that. I will tell you why it's good to do that. As I told you, highlight achievements, not just daddies. This is just daddies. I answer phone calls and organize files. Those are daddies that anybody can do. You can answer a phone call. Yeah, I can. I can do it. You can do it. He or she can do it. Anybody can do it. Just that. Okay? It's as easy as it is. I'm gonna do a pause here. Voy a hacer una pausa. No se olviden, por favor, registrarse en los teléfonos que salen en el chat en vivo de YouTube para que ustedes puedan obtener el certificado y etcétera. Si no lo han hecho ayer, el día de hoy pueden hacerlo, ¿ok? Asimismo, si ustedes desean el video o la presentación, también comuníquense con los teléfonos que están saliendo en el chat en vivo, ¿ok? Thank you very much. As I told you, this is just that is. I answer phone calls and I organize files. Anybody can answer a phone call. Anybody can organize files in the best way they can, right? But what is the difference between a good achievement? Look at this. I managed daily calls and optimized the filing system, increasing efficiency and response time, okay? Here's amazing your voice. It looks like Trump's voice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so I manage daily calls and optimize the filing system, increasing efficiency and response time. So if you realize, look at the difference between the weak, the daddies, and the strong, the highlighting achievements. It's completely different, right? If you say, I answer phone calls and organize files, you are saying, I can do what anybody can do. So you are not important. You are not the right person. You are not going to do the difference if they give you the position. But if you say, I manage daily calls and optimize the filing system, increasing efficiency and response time. that all gives the interviewer a very strong information, and the interviewer is going to say, wow, yeah, that is the person I need, because he is the right person that will be able to manage that position efficiently. You know, so you need to show that what you do makes the difference between or among the others. Just can you a normal job, but you can do a very high position job, a very high work. You know, your work is extremely good. So that is what you need to leave when you got a an interview. Okay, so please don't forget that this is extremely important. The weak and the strong. So make the difference. You can think about, wow, let's think about it. How we can answer and show how good I am at the position I'm looking for. That's what you need to do. Okay. Let's continue. Use professional and positive tone. Yeah, we are already working with the second part, okay? Just in case, use a professional and positive tone. This is extremely important. Why? I will go back. Why? Here, communication, valuable skills in many contexts. Communication. That is specifically what I am telling you. When you talk about your achievements, you need to work with, obviously, the tone, right? Professional and positive tone. Stay confident. Stay confident. Okay? Stay focused. And use past tense for previous roles and present tense for current ones. Here it comes. Let's talk about first the professional and positive tone. When we talk about the professional and positive tone, I'm saying first professional, we need to use, what can I tell you? Professional vocabulary. We must not use colloquial speaking, colloquial words. We must not. Why? Because it's an interview. It's something that you need to do with a professional vocabulary. Okay? Please, that's what you need to do. Don't say that I am very good. No. I'm very good at working. No. I am focused. I am highly detail-oriented to this thing or this other thing, right? That's why you need to use professional vocabulary and positive tone. What do I mean by positive tone? Think about this. So imagine that I start talking to you in this way. Well, now we have to talk about the communication techniques for work experience achievements. Use professional and positive tone. Stay confident, focus, and use past tense for previous roles and present tense for current ones. First, the interviewer is going to get bored. Yeah, it's going to get bored. Listen to me, is gonna get bored, is going to get bored. Avoid gonna, because that is not a professional vocabulary, is going to, okay? So, imagine the tone. If I talk to you, if I express what I need in a plain tone, that means that you are not excited about the job you're expecting to get. First. Second, you are not interested in that position. You're just there because you have to, okay? But what happens if you use a positive tone? Imagine, use professional and positive tone. That is the key communication technique for work experience and achievement. Stay confident and focused. So listen how I talked in the first time and now. In the first one was use professional and positive tone, stay confident. And the last one was use professional and positive tone. Always feel positive, always feel happy, right? That is what it means. In other words, in common words, when you say that stay confident means that you have to trust on yourself. You need to trust on you, right? That's why I have the picture in which you see one normal person, a normal person, but in the mirror, the image that he reflects is a winner. So you need to sit down as a normal person, but the interviewer needs to see you as a winner. That's why you need to feel always happy. Look, he's happy, right? And he's the number one. He's getting something, right? He's getting something that says number one. He's getting a prize, right? So and he's feeling very confident, but not only being confident is what you need, okay? I need to think about it, okay? Not only confident. I mean, confidentiality is not only that. Focused. What do I mean by being focused? When I talk to you about focused, that means you need to be completely in the interview, immersed in the interview. You need to pay attention to any single word the interviewer is giving to you. That is being focused, okay? So, happy, trust on yourself, and being focused. Don't be like this. Imagine, just I'm giving an example. Imagine that I am doing this seminar, but I am like this. I'm talking to you, I'm telling you, and I am doing Inglés, and I'm checking this time, I'm checking this other side. So what does it mean? That I'm not focused, I'm just doing this because it's part of my job. Yeah, imagine if you are imagine that you are the interviewers. If you were the interviewers, how would you feel? You would feel like angry, disappointed, because this person is not paying attention to what I'm saying, right? But if I am focused, I am looking at the camera in this case, but you are looking at the interviewer, you're focused to any single word that he's saying. Obviously, you are paying attention and you are showing interest in the new position. So the interviewer is going to realize, oh, yeah, this person really needs and really wants to be in this position, because he feels very, very emotional. You know, he's emotional about it. He feels very happy and very focused, and he really wants this position. So obviously that is very good for him. So now he's paying me attention in every single word I'm telling him. That is what it means: professional, positive, confident, and focused. Okay, so all of these are in red because those are the most important part is the most important part of your attitude, right? That it is. So the professional and positive, confident and focused. Those are the most important parts of your attitude. And that shows what you have in the picture, the mirror, right? Now, from this, we can continue working with use past tense for previous roles. When I say use past tense for previous roles, it means that you need to use the simple past tense for the experience that you are planning to say, to tell the interviewer. Do you remember the STAR method? The STAR method, that is the one. That is the one that you have to use to talk about your experience. And as I told you, the action verbs are always in past. So the past tense for the previous roles, what you did in the past in other places, in other jobs. But when you are planning to tell the person, to say the person, the interviewer, what you're planning to do, use the present tense, right? You may say, but you have never told us about the present tense for the present roles that you are planning to do. Yeah, I didn't, but think about it. Why did you decide to work for this company? That is the first question that you will, one of the first that you will listen, or maybe the last, sorry, that you will listen. So you have to talk to the interviewer. What do you need to tell the interviewer? You need to tell him or her that you are very interested in that company because, and for that you need to look on the internet or look information for the company, how it works, what is the goal of the company, everything. And according to that knowledge, you will be able to tell the interviewer why you want to work for that company. Why? Because this company is the right company for me to grow up with you as a person, as a professional, and I really want to contribute to your I don't know, company or your enterprise, because I've seen that your company is works in this way and in that way, and that's why I feel that I need to be part of that company. I feel myself as part of the company. You are I don't know, administrating. You are managing. I don't know. It will depend on what you want to say, right? So in that way, you need to do the present activities. Uh, Obviously, your goals with the present, right? So that it is. So summarizing uh, in this presentation, use professional positive attitude, positive tone, be confident, focused, trust on yourself, and use past tense for the previous roles and present for the present tense for the current ones, okay? That is extremely important. What about the common mistakes in job English interview? Well, before going with this, here I forgot to tell you something very important. Most of the time they will tell you how do you see yourself in 5 years in the case you start working in our company. What is the answer that you need to tell? What should be your answer? Tell me. No? Well, when we talk about this, how do you see yourself in 5 years? You need to use future, future continuous, or maybe future perfect, okay? By the time I worked in your company in 5 years, I will be looking myself as a very important part of this company, because I will do everything in order to improve the quality of the service according to the standards and to the new technology that I am planning to implement. In 5 years, I see myself completely positioned and very happy in a place in which I've always wanted to be in. So you are telling the person that you are planning to stay in that company. That's the summary, okay? What I'm telling you is that you need to tell the person, the interviewer, your expectations about the position and how good you are going to work in that company in order to make it improve and in order to make the company realize that you are a very important person for it. So why you are going to be a very important person? Because you're going to improve, you're going to implement, you are going to check, you are going to do changes, and you are going to set a better place in the future according to the present. So you're going to improve the company. In that way, the person, the interviewer, always is going to tell you, that person really needs to be part of this company, right? If you say that in 5 years you will see yourself as a good professional that works in that company, you are saying that you are not going to do anything, that you are going to be just one more employee. And nowadays, they don't need people in that way. They need people who can solve problems, who can improve the processes, any kind of process. For example, as a teacher, how can I see myself in 5 years in this institution? Imagine that I am being interviewed for ABC institution, okay? So I'm going to say, I see myself in 5 years as a person who has changed in order to improve the methodology of the English teaching, and also to improve the tools, the communication, and specifically the way in which each class is going to be managed by myself. I am planning to be a very important part of this company because I'm going to implement new methodology, new tools. I'm going to implement new activities in which students will be happy to participate and will be happy to use their English in a situation. I will improve the lesson plans. In a way that it will be more orally and not only grammar. But I'm not telling that grammar is not important. It's specifically very important, but we will use it all the time in speaking. But I will focus the speaking in the reading activity, in the listening activity, and in the speaking activity. In that way, the student will be able to think, to speak, to listen, and to read in English. But not only that, I will start using critical thinking in a way to let the student start thinking in English, and they will have the possibility not only to know but also to analyze and to infer in English. In that way, in 5 years, our student will change completely their point of view of English. And with that methodology, I will see myself very comfortable and happy because I will have improved the institution and get it to the highest level. So in that way, what I'm telling you, I am telling you that I'm going to improve, I'm going to implement, I'm going to check, I'm going to have results, and with that results, I'm going to continue learning, and you are continue developing your job. So in an amount of time, maybe in 5 years, you will be the right person that they have chosen in order to make all those changes. And you did it successfully. So that's what you are telling the person. Obviously, the interviewer is going to feel very, very happy because before they hire you, you are giving the person the intentions that you are planning to do. How you are going to develop that? First, knowing the company, knowing the institution, knowing where you are planning to work. First, professional and positive attitude, but always having the knowledge of the company you're planning to get into or to start working, sorry. So it's important to know the company, very important to know the company, to feel confident. And second, be focused because you need to give what you are going to do, right? So that is the way you need to work in before having an interview, okay? So sorry if I'm taking too much time in this part but this is the most important part of an interview, okay? Now, if you see the image, if you see the picture, the person is always formal. Why? Because you need to give the interview the formalism it needs. You are showing with your clothes that you are respecting, you respect the company because it's formal. It's a formal interview. You need to get formal clothes, right? That's something that I forgot that I had to tell you. So that it is. Now we can continue working with the next one. So I'm gonna stop here. Yes, I see me like a boss. Yes, that is the way. That is the way. You need to see yourself like a boss. I mean, that is exactly what I need you to think. Okay? Obviously, don't overthink about what I'm saying. When you say that I see me like a boss, you need to think that you are completely professional, confident, and focused. That's what the boss does. The boss needs to be very self-trusting, right? So he need to trust on him. So you need to trust on you as well. So that is the way you need to work in a professional interview, okay? That is very good. Thank you very much. Well, I'm gonna stop here for your, maybe you have some questions. You can write on the chat. Please start working on the chat. Tell me. And don't forget, no se olviden, por favor, solicitar sus certificados mediante los teléfonos que están saliendo en el chat en vivo. Simplemente comuníquense y se van a encargar de darles sus respectivos certificados o la presentación en el video del seminario, ¿ok? Solo tienen que comunicarse, ok. ¿Alguna otra duda? Si tuviesen alguna otra duda, if you have any questions, just let me know. I will be very happy to tell you or to answer your doubts, okay? Let's continue. Well, I think we have no more questions. No questions, okay? Hi, Gloria, how are you? Miss Jurado, good afternoon. Okay, now, Veronica, hello. Okay, let's continue. Some common mistakes in English job interviews. That's very common. Don't worry about it. So these are common mistakes that we make when we have job interviews, not only in English, in any other language, and obviously in Spanish as well. First, not to be prepared for common questions. Yes, now that you have applied to many jobs, everybody has that experience. So you may have in your mind which are those common questions. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. Why should we hire you? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Well, first, before going to an interview, think about these questions. Tell me about yourself. So you need to start thinking what you are going to tell the person, the interviewer. If you don't know, easy. I told you before, yesterday and today at the very beginning, the key words, right? What you are. Do you remember the personal branding? Do you remember the elevator pitch? Now you remember, yes. That elevator pitch is the one that you need to talk about yourself. That is you, right? Gloria, I am celebrating Thanksgiving. Very good. Today's a Thanksgiving Day. Great, excellent. Now, super. Yeah, the Thanksgiving Day. Well, thank you very much, Gloria. So, for example, when you want to talk about yourself, you need to talk about who you are. Who you are. What else? Do you remember? Do you remember? We talk about the elevator pitch. Who you are, what you do, what makes you valuable, and what you are looking for. Tell me about yourself. Okay, my name is Ruben Hernani. I am I'm a linguist, and I've worked for more than 19 years as a teacher and as a coordinator and a principal. And in all that time, I don't know, you can say that, I have gotten all the skills related to the methodology of teaching and learning processes. I have a strong knowledge about working with well lesson plans and performing new activities orally and physically for our students. As a person, I am a responsible person who always looks for the good way of teaching and learning with the students and also colleagues. I am looking for a place in which I can develop myself with all the knowledge that I have, etc. Right? So I'm telling you about myself, why you are valuable, right? That it is. So that is very important. Now, in order to continue with this, why should we hire you? Why should we hire you? Okay, here comes part of the elevator pitch or the personal branding as well. What makes you valuable? That's why they need to hire you. What makes you valuable and what are you looking for? The same. Don't worry if you need to repeat, obviously with other words, not to tell the same words, right? It's gonna be like you are a robot. So why should we hire you? Because I am a person related to this and this and this and this and this. I have this strong knowledge on this and this and this and this, but add something. Añadan algo. You need to add what is going to receive, what the company is going to receive if they decide to hire you, right? An improvement to make it better. So that's what you need to think. Always about what we learned before, right? Now, when you talk about what are your strengths and weaknesses, you're being asked cuáles son sus fortalezas y sus debilidades. That is very important. Talking about your strengths, tell the person, tell the interviewer all your strengths, how good you are in doing this and that, how you can develop these things and these other things, how you may work with your coworkers, how efficient is your work, all your strengths, okay? Also, your strengths means what you know. Don't forget in what you know. So, you know Word, Excel, okay. You know social network, okay. You know how to use AI, okay. Use all because those are also strengths, okay. I think that is not very, very, very difficult. It's very easy to talk about it because everybody knows what they are good at, right? What you are good at, to be specifically. But the problem is there's the weakness. Yes. Why interviewers ask this question? They want to know your strengths, but they are more focused in what you are going to see, focused in what you're going to see, to talk about your weakness. Yeah, they want to listen your strengths, but they need to listen your weaknesses. That is more important for them, for them. So they're gonna be expecting about what you are going to say about your weaknesses. Oh, that is important, right? So what are you going to say? You're going to say all your weaknesses? Maybe. But I want to tell you this. Too many weaknesses, is it good for you? That means that you're going to show as an insecure person or maybe an immature person. So that is not so good, right? Think about your worst weakness. Think about your worst weakness. Tell the interviewer that weakness. No problem. Tell the weakness to the interviewer. But you need to have something behind that makes you solve that weakness. Yes. So first you think about your weakness. My weaknesses are so Gabriel says maybe my weaknesses are difficulty asking questions and lacking confidence. Great, very good, and we're going to do in this moment. So think about your weakness, one weakness, I don't know, the biggest one, and then also think about the solution of that weakness. Yes, because the interviewer needs to know your weaknesses and how you are planning to solve that weakness. Because if you tell the interviewer just the weakness, he's going to say, okay, you have that weakness, but I need to know how you're going to solve the problem, because I cannot hire a person with a weakness, and because that weakness may bring problems to my company. But if you tell the person one weakness, but you already tell the person also the solution, the interviewer will realize that you are planning to change that. You want to improve and you want to take it out of your life. Take that weakness out of your life, right? That it is. To brush it away, if you want to say that way, okay? That it is. So in that sense, tell the weaknesses, one weakness, tell all the strengths, but tell one weakness, and please also think about the solution. For example, I can say one of my, I have one weakness, I think is the strongest, is that it's very difficult for me to say no. I say yes to everything, and that gives me a lot of problems. But I realized that thinking first about the possibility to say yes and answering with a no, but giving a good reason why I'm saying no, will improve myself, and I will be able to reject some things that are not good for the company. Or I cannot say no, but I am already working on it in the way that I can avoid that weakness and start working without it. In fact, I am taking some specific courses. I don't know. You will think about it. But the thing is that you have to say one weakness, and already the answer must be there, already there. So you give the weakness and the answer as well, or the solution, or that solution to that weakness. Do you understand? That is what you need to do. Okay. Now, we have already talked about it, and I'm very happy that you are participating. Now, please, Gabriel, Gloria, Alejandro, and all the other people who are here, Quixote, George, please, I would like you to write in the YouTube chat, in el chat en vivo, write one weakness that you have and how you are planning to solve it. Okay? Please write it as Gabriel did it. That was good, Gabriel. But now write how you are planning to solve that weakness. Please. Can you do it? I will be waiting for you. Please start. Sorry. Do it, please. Start writing in the chat, please. Empiecen a escribir en el chat en vivo de YouTube cuál es su debilidad, una debilidad, y cuáles son sus planes para eliminarlo, cómo lo van a resolver, ¿ok? Por favor, escriban en Spanish or in English, there is no problem. Escríbanlo en español o en inglés, no hay problema. Mientras tanto, decirles que no se olviden colocar, hablar, registrarse, ¿ok? Comunicarse con los teléfonos que salieron en las pantallas para poder recibir sus certificados, ¿ok? Okay, Melly says, I have confidence issues, and to solve them, I plan to learn from my mistakes and be patient with myself. Okay, it's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the way you need to work with your weaknesses, right? That is the way. Thank you very much. Let's continue. If you are planning to write, continue writing, please. I will be waiting for you. Here is something important. Use professional and structured vocabulary. Professional and structured vocabulary, not colloquial vocabulary. Common mistakes in English job interviews: using poor grammar and direct translation. This is one of the most common mistakes. First of all, if the interview is in English, it means that you need to know a level of English. I'm thinking about an A2, a B1, B2. Right? So when you say when you want to start translating from Spanish to English, you make some mistakes. For example, the first one, I have 35 years. And that is one of the worst mistakes that we may have. Why? Because we don't use have in English to talk about the age. No. I'm 35 years old. Tal vez no lo sabemos y lo vamos a explicar ahora. Es muy importante saber esto. No digo I have 35 years, porque eso es en Spanish. Yo tengo 35 años. Claro, obviamente si lo traducimos, dice específicamente lo mismo. Yo tengo 35 años. La diferencia es que yo no utilizo have en inglés para hablar de la edad. En inglés yo no digo que tengo 35 años. Porque tengo es algo que lo tengo en mis manos. Yo tengo 35 años, pero no los tengo en mis manos agarrándolo, right? En inglés yo digo, yo soy 35 años mayor. Yo soy 8 años mayor. Yo soy 20 años mayor. Yo soy 35 años mayor. Yo soy 50 años mayor. Yo soy 75 años mayor. Y si se dan cuenta, yo soy es el verbo to be. I am. Obviously, I will say I am, right? I am 35 years old. Porque digo, soy 35 años mayor o de más edad, más viejo, right? I am 35 years old, I'm 50 years old, I'm 40 years old, I'm 5 years old. Por tanto, si quiero traducir el yo tengo 35 años del español al inglés, debo hacerlo correctamente. I'm 35 years old. I am very responsible person. It's wrong. Why? Because you are using the verb to be to state that you are something, but you are also using again a person. So it's like you are being redundant. You're working with redundancy, and that is not good. So, yo soy muy responsable persona. You need to work with a or an, right? Yes, the indefinite articles. I am a very responsible person. I am according to what you want to say. A very responsible person means yo soy una persona muy responsable. This is very important, okay? This is very important. Another one. I consider myself a person punctual. If we translate this, obviously it will show a good translation. Yo me considero una persona puntual. But in English, that is not the way, because we need to use the adjective before the noun it is describing. Person is the noun, and punctual is the adjective, and the adjective always goes before the noun it is describing. I consider myself a punctual person. You are a person very punctual. Punctual is describing how you are. Está describiendo cómo eres. So it has to go before the noun it is describing. So I consider myself a punctual person. Don't forget, always say red car, no car red. car red is in Spanish. Red car is in English. Okay? Important, very important. There are some other mistakes. Yeah, of course. The most important, how are you? How are you? I am good. That is the first mistake. Even though, good may be used in spoken English as a bien, okay. You can say it, but since you are in an interview, it's better not to make those mistakes. So, I am very well. I am well. I am happy. Why? Because you need to work with an adverb. I am well, me siento bien, estoy bien. The adverb describes the action, cómo te sientes, cómo estás. I am, yo estoy bien. I am well. If you say I'm good, that you are saying you are using an adjective. Good is an adjective. Bien, pero es un adjetivo. You are saying that you are good physically. Do you understand? Because the adjective describes the person. So how you are physically good. That's what you're saying. I am good. So it's better to say I am well. I am okay. Talking about uh, uh, good English, right? I mean, formal English. That is the way. Let's continue with more common mistakes. Saying too much or saying too little. Yeah. When you say too little, it will make the interviewer think that you are not interested in the job, that you are there because you have to be. I mean, when they talk to you about it, you say yes, no, yes, no, no, impossible. Oh, yes, yes. So what it means that you are not interested and you're just trying to waste your time in order to finish that interview and to run away. Obviously, the interviewer is going to say, okay, we will finish with the interview. I will call you. Right? That is saying too little. Too little. Okay? So don't do that. Don't do that. Or maybe saying too much. What it shows that you are not well organized. Yes. A good example. How old are you? I am 40 years old, but 30 years of my life I've been working on this and this and this, and the rest 10 I got a sabbatic 2 years, and then those 3 years of this, and then the last ones I didn't work because I was doing bad. I am 40 years old, and maybe you have any question. Why? Why you are giving too much information when they didn't ask you to do that? So go to the point. How old are you? I am 40 years old. I am 30 years old. I'm 20 years old. No more. Answer what you are being asked. Just that. Okay? Just that. Saying too little as well is very bad. How old are you? 35. Aha. Only 35. Okay. Where are you from? La Paz. I mean, in other words, I'm trying to take you words with a teaspoon, right? Estoy tratando de sacarte las palabras con la cuchara, and that's not the sense of an interview. So, how old are you? I am 25 years old. Oh. Where are you from? I'm from Bolivia. I'm from La Paz. I was born in La Paz. Okay. You are showing interest. You're answering what he wants to listen. Not too much, but not too little. Right? Just do what you have to do. Answer formally the questions that you are being asked. Okay? Just that. Only that. As easy as it is. Okay? And always, don't work in that way. No, the position is also very important. I will talk to you about it later, okay? So don't say too much, but also don't say too little. Be clear and go to the point. Use the START method. Do you remember the START method? Who you are, what you do, what's your profession, what makes you valuable, and what you're looking for. Obviously, when you are asked a question with a longer answer, use that STAR method. You cannot use the STAR method with how old are you, right? So that is what I'm telling you. Don't say too much, but don't say too little. Just what you are being asked, okay? This is very important. Lack of confidence and body language. Yes. Lack of confidence, right? Nervous. No. Trust on you. Trust on you. Make the person feel that you are the correct person, that you trust on yourself because you are sure about the experience and the knowledge you have for that position. That is the most important part. Okay? Just show that you have the knowledge and the experience for that position. That means be confident about yourself, okay? And in that way, the body language is very important. Yes, the body language is very important. Let's talk about first the tone of the voice. Low tone of voice, lack of eye contact, an insecure position. Low tone of voice, un tono bajo de voz, voz bajita, si queremos decirlo así. How old are you? I'm 25 years old. What? I'm 25 years old. No. How old are you? I'm 25 years old. I'm 20 years old. Just that. You are not yelling. You are not elevating your tone, your voice tone. No, you are talking in the right tone of voice. Also, don't yell, right? How old are you? I'm 25. No. That is too excessive. Always in the middle. Always, right? How old are you? I'm 20 years old. I'm 40 years old. I'm 50 years old. Okay? Just that. Lack of eye contact. Oof. You know, when we talk about the body language, that is a very big chapter. And when we talk about the body language, for example, the body language shows how you are. Fíjense lo que estoy haciendo. I'm playing with my ear. It means two things. I am extremely nervous. I'm extremely nervous because maybe I don't know what I'm doing here. So, right? I don't know what I'm doing here. Or maybe I don't trust on me. I don't trust myself. Don't do that. Don't use your hands like this, because your hands are showing that you are like protecting yourself from any attack, and you don't want to say anything, or maybe that you are overestimating the person that you are looking down on, right? And that is not true. Always keep your hands opened like this and in that way. On your legs or on your chair arms, if it has, okay, and that it is as easy as it is, okay, like this, okay. Now another one, the lack of eye contact. Let's go back to the first question. When you don't have eye contact, when you don't get the eye contact, you are showing that you are not interested. You are showing that you are completely shy. Or maybe you are showing that you are not completely interested. Or there is something that you need to hide. Hay algo que ocultar. Right? So, keep eye contact. Mantengan siempre el contacto visual. Right? Hello. Yes, I'm 35 years old and I have more than 10 years of experience working in that position. As a person, as a customer, or as a seller, I don't know. I've worked improving this and this and this and this and this and this, but always keeping eye contact. Keeping eye contact. That means that you are sure about what you are saying. Están seguros de lo que están diciendo. Eso es lo que muestran cuando hacen contacto visual. Right? So that's why you need to keep the eye contact. It's very, very important. Okay? Very important. Insecure position. What I told you. I mean, don't stay curved. No estén encorvados, right? No. That means that you feel you don't feel well in that position, in that place. Always completely vertical, like this. And with your hands, right? With your hands, always with your hands on the arms, chair, or maybe on your legs. Just that, okay? Feel secure of yourself. Feel confident. Feel confident. I don't know how to down that I. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, let's continue. Smile. I forgot that. Smile is very important. Smiling is very important. Okay? But not too strong, no muy forzado. Normal. Okay? That is very important. There it goes. So now you know how to work with the body language. Okay? Always don't forget, be focused. Also with your language, with your body language, be focused. Don't do this. No, because it shows that you are completely nervous. Forget it. Don't touch your body. No. Normal. As when you imagine that you are watching TV. Very focused, okay? This is another kind of mistakes that we have. And well, I don't know how you cannot ask questions. Not asking questions at the end. What does it mean? It means that somehow when you don't ask questions, that means that you are not completely interested in that position, or simply you don't want. You are there because you had to, okay? And that is not important. If they hire you, good. If they don't hire you as well, it's good. So that is what it means. Shows lack of interest. Yes, that it is. Think about this. Think about what I'm going to tell you. Please, if you are focused in the interview and in what the interviewer is telling you, obviously you will always have a question, at least one, because they won't give you everything in the first interview. So you will finish the interview with a lot of doubts. So ask. Sorry, I want to interrupt you. May I ask a question? Yes. You talk about this. Uh, I didn't understand very well. What does it mean? It means that this? No, it means, okay, now it's clear. Thank you very much. You can go on. As simple as it is, okay? If you are focused and you are paying attention about what they are telling you, obviously you will always have a question or two or three, and ask questions. Don't wait. You have a question, wait until the person finishes speaking, and then ask. Thank you very much. That is very important, but I'm running out. I'm running with a question. This is the question that I have now. Tan, 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 tan. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Now it's completely clear for me. Thank you. You can continue. You can go on. Just that. You are showing that you are self-confident, that you trust on yourself, and also that you are focused and asking questions because you are very interested in that position. That is what it means, not asking questions at the end. But what happens if you ask too many questions? Obviously, it won't be completely good, right? But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. If you are focused, you won't have more than 2 or 3 questions, okay? This is very important, okay? Be focused. That it is, be focused in the interview, okay? Now, obviously, talking about being focused, it also means that you need to use formal speaking, formal English. What I told you, You don't have to say gonna, wanna, gotta. That is informal English. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm going to do it. That's different, right? I want that position. No, I want to apply to that position, right? Don't say, don't use contractions. Contractions are also informal English, so you use just formal. I am, no am. I am a person, no am. Isn't, no is not, right? As I told you, it's formal. You need to give the interview the formality it needs, okay? That is very important. Here we have another mistake that we commonly do in interviews in English. Not understanding the question and pretending you did. This is one of the worst mistakes you may have. Or you will make. You may make, sorry. Not understanding the question and pretending you did. What is the consequence? If you are asked one question, yes, I do. I mean, the interviewer is going to say, why he's affirming if the question is for rejecting, or why is saying no if I'm offering better solutions. So never do that. I mean, I know that maybe the interviewer is a native English speaker, but be sure that you know as well English. And if you don't understand, please tell the interviewer that you didn't understand. That is not a problem. Okay, sorry. Can you repeat the question, please? Could you repeat the question? I didn't get you. I didn't understand it very well. It sounds confusing to me. Can you repeat the question, please? That it is. I'm not sure I understand what you said. Could you repeat it, please? Could you repeat it, please? Could you please repeat the question? Please, can you ask again? I didn't understand very well. I didn't get you. I didn't get what you mean. Can you repeat the question, please? Could you repeat it? That is normal. You do it in Spanish and in English. Remember your interviews in Spanish. Sí, creo que no le estoy entendiendo muy bien su pregunta. ¿Me podría volver a repetir, por favor? Ahora sí comprendo. Usted está hablando del porcentaje por el cual yo he trabajado en, right? It's the same in Spanish and the same in English, okay? So never stay quiet. Sir, your answer. Yes. No. That will mean that you don't understand English, but you are not able to even to ask. So maybe your English is not good. No. Could be that your English is not in the best positions. You are having a low English or intermediate English. There's no problem. If you ask the person to repeat the question, that will be better for you because you will understand it. And if you don't understand it a second time, Tell the person, tell the interviewer, sorry, but this is the second time and I don't get your point. Can you speak slowly, please? Could you speak slowly? Or maybe can you tell me in other words so I can understand it, because I don't get it very well or completely clear. It's not completely clear to me. Can you speak slowly, please? Could you speak slowly? ¿Podría hablar un poco más despacio? If that is the problem. If you are having a problem with a vocabulary, with a word you don't know, tell. I don't get the word this. Can you explain it to me, please? No, I get it. Thank you. Yeah, I can answer now. Just that. They are not gonna tell you, you don't know, it's impossible. No. Everybody in any language have the right to ask one more time for the question, okay? So just do it, okay? This is very important. Never pretend that you understand the question if you didn't, or if you don't, okay? And before we continue with informal language or slangs, antes de continuar, ¿tienen alguna consulta? ¿Alguna duda? ¿Algo que no esté muy claro? Por favor, pueden hacerlo por el chat de en vivo de YouTube, o si gustan pueden dar alguna opinión también, no hay problema. Could be in English or in Spanish, there is no problem. Okay? Vamos a esperar un par de minutos. Ok. Bueno, espero que todo esté muy claro. Espero que todo esté muy claro. Así vamos a poder entender mucho mejor una entrevista de trabajo en inglés, okay? So let's continue. What happened when we talk about informal language or slangs? What I told you before, right? Using informal language. Don't use colloquial language, never. Informal language, ain't, gonna, wanna, gotta. Contractions, I've, could. No, I might not use that, right? And contractions, it says, right? As I told you, use always professional language. I'm going to. I'm going to. I want to. I would like to. I am. No am, right? Don't use slangs, okay? Don't use them, okay? It's very important to understand that since you are in an interview, in a job interview, you need to know that that interview is formal. So not only formal in your clothes, formal in your behavior, but also formal in your language and in your body language as well. So you may use formal English, professional language, okay? I am going to do this. I have worked in this, right? That is the way you need to use your English when you talk about an interview, when you work in an interview, when you are in an interview, okay? So please be focused on it. This is also very important. Do not use slangs and informal language, okay? Now, let's talk about it. Tell me about yourself. So, what happened when you start working with this? Tell me about yourself. Before working on it, do you have any question? Antes de empezar con esta parte, ¿tienen alguna pregunta? Por favor, pueden empezar a escribir sus comentarios. Con todo gusto les voy a ayudar. Por favor. Ok. Okay. So let's continue. Now we're going to talk about these specific questions. Tell me about yourself, who you are, background, education, and current role. That is who you are. Experience, administrative skills, relevant tasks, what you're looking for, career goal. Look at this. My name is Laura Garcia. I have 3 years of experience as an administrative assistant where I manage schedules, prepare reports, and support daily office operations. Who you are, right? I enjoy working in organized environments and helping teams run smoothly, administrative skills and relevant tasks. I am now looking for a role where I can contribute my organizational skills and attention to detail to support a dynamic office team. What you are looking for, right? So, again, who you are means your background, education, and current role. My name is Laura Garcia. I have 3 years of experience as an administrative assistant. All the background and education. I manage the schedule, prepare reports, and support daily office operations. I enjoy working in organized environments and helping teams run smoothly. Experience. I'm now looking for a role where I can contribute my organizational skills and attention to detail to support a dynamic office team. So that is the way you can answer when you talk about yourself. Tell me about yourself, who you are, experience, what you're looking for, right? Why should we hire you? Why should we hire you? The strategy, focus on your skills, achievements, and motivation. Those are the 3 elements that you need to answer when they tell you or they ask you, why should we hire you? Example, you should hire me because I have a strong background skills in administrative tasks, including document management, scheduling, and customer service. Achievements. In my previous work, or in my previous job, I successfully implemented a new filling system that reduced search time by 30%. Your achievements. I'm organized, proactive, and I enjoy supporting teams to achieve their goals. Motivation. I enjoy, that's my motivation, because that motivation makes me support teams to achieve their goals. When they achieve their goals, I feel motivated because I help them to do that, to get that. So you understand? So focus on your skills, achievements, and motivations. All of this is the skills, the achievement, and the motivation, right? That it is. Easy, right? Just that I will allow you to do it. If you have the possibility, can you do this, please? Can you do this? So we can wait for you. Can you answer the question, why should we hire you, please? I hope you can. Please write it on the chat, on the YouTube chat. Por favor, trabajen en el chat en vivo de YouTube. I'm waiting for that, okay? Yeah. What are your strengths? Think about it. Use relevant strengths with examples. Yes, always with examples. One of my strengths is organization. Oh, I am very skilled at managing calendars and prioritizing tasks efficiently. Okay. For example, in my last role, I handled the scheduling of meetings for a team of 15 people and always ensured the deadline were met. Wow, very nice. Relevant skills. I am very skilled in managing calendars and prioritizing tasks efficiently. That is his or her strengths. After you give your strengths, please give an example. For example, in my last role, I handle the scheduling of meetings for a team of 15 people and always ensure that the line were met. So you are focused on what you are doing in your job and also at the beginning, the middle, and the end, right? Everything was covered by you. So that is what you mean, and what is what you want, and you need to show in your CV, right? In your interview, that is what you need to. So use your relevant strengths. If you have more than one, do it. Do 2, 3, 4. There is no problem. I am a punctual person. I love being on time for my job or any meeting. In fact, I remember that in my previous job, I was condecorated with a very good gold medal because of my punctuality. I've always been punctual and I never finished a minute ago. So that is the most important strength for me. That is what you're saying, okay? And in that way, you are showing your strength. One, could be two, could be three, but you have to give examples. Also, one of my strengths, or another strength that that I have is responsibility. I am a very responsible person because I think or I trust that responsibility makes you a better person and makes you fulfill all your tasks in order and on time. In fact, for example, in my previous job, I finished with all my tasks before the deadline. And for that reason, I received a recognition that was because of my good work and with my responsibility. That is right. In that way, you are giving examples and you are saying how good you are. That is that means you is relevant. Okay, that is. It's very important. Continue. This is interesting. Yeah, it is. It is. Now, in that way, thank you very much, Mr. George. So, in that way, never forget that. One, two, or three strengths with examples. That will show that what you are saying is true. An example confirm that you have that strength, okay? That's why you need to work with that example, okay? I don't know how many strengths you want to show, but with each one, try to do an example always. Another one, do you prioritize tasks under pressure? Oh, that is a very good question that many people have asked in interviews. Yes. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. When I have multiple tasks, I make a priority list based on deadlines and importance. For example, I start with urgent tasks such as report due the same day and schedule less urgent tasks for later. This approach helps me stay organized even under pressure. Oh, and that is good. When I have multiple tasks, the situation, I make a priority list based in deadlines and importance, action, and result. For example, I start with urgent tasks such as reports due the same day and schedule less urgent tasks for later. Results. This approach helps me stay organized even under pressure. So look at how good it is. So don't forget that. Use the STAR method, right? And answer about that question. Yeah, I prioritize tasks under pressure. Very good. Yes. Let's continue. Useful vocabulary and expressions. I talked to you about the STAR method: the situation, the task, the action, and the result. We have the purpose and phrases, okay? Starting answers. Starting answers. I would describe myself as I have experience in. So that is the way you can start answering a question. Tell me about yourself. I would describe myself as. Right. Tell me about your experience. I have experience in. Right. Giving examples. For example, we must come. In my previous role, also is an example. In my previous role, in my previous job, talking about achievements, yeah, as well. I successfully implemented. I contributed to. You need to show how good you were in your previous job. I successfully implemented. I contributed to. Obviously, it's showing that you are very good at the previous job, and in this new job, you will be even better, right? That's what it shows. Describing skills. Yeah, you need to describe skills in that way. I'm skilled at. I am confident in my ability to. I'm confident in my ability to. I'm skilled at. Right? So that it is. As easy as it is, right? So those are the phrases and obviously the process and the purpose, right? Now, let's continue. Phrasal verbs and idioms for office communication. Let me explain this. It's important. Administrative professionals often need to understand phrasal verbs and idioms used in workplaces. This makes communication more natural and professional. Yes. You know, the phrasal verbs are more natural in native speakers, right? So using phrasal verbs like essentially brush away, turn on, keep on, go on. So phrasal verbs and idioms used in workplaces. This make communication more natural and professional. Common phrasal verbs. These are follow up on. That means to check progress or get an update. I'm following up on. That means you're checking the progress or you are getting an update. I will follow up on the meeting with the client before, right? Tomorrow. So, to make a progress, to fill out, to complete a form, please fill out expenses report by Friday. Okay, fill out. Hand in to submit a document. I need to hand in the monthly report to my manager. Please fill out this expense report by Friday. Very good. Another one. Hand in. Submit a document. I need to hand in the monthly report to my manager. Set up to arrange or organized. I set up the meeting for Monday at 3 p.m. I will take care of the travel or the conference, right? So that is to handle or manage means I will take care of traveling arrangements for new conference. Okay. To carry out, to perform a task. I carried out the instructions given by my supervisor. You see? Those are the experiences that you may have. all of them, okay? And you can use them in any time. We have continued working with those situations. So, think outside the box. That's the idiom. Think outside the box. The meaning is be creative. Okay, be creative. Think outside the box. That it is. I'm ready to hit the ground running of my first days. Oh, it says shh, right? So hit the ground running. Sometimes you need to sit down, right? On the same page. Yes, so I hope you did it very well. Now, technical interview versus human resources interview. Human talent, right? So technical interview versus human talents interview. There it is. In a technical interview, evaluates your specific job-related skills. So if you have a technical interview, you need to talk about your skills, knowledge, and how you solve problems. You need to talk about the common in engineering, finance, and data, the data analysis and administrative, right? Maybe you can talk about the hard disk. So let's continue. Common in engineering, finance, data analysis, administrative, common in all positions. Soft skill communication in human resources. Teamwork, time managers, but in data analysis and administrative systems, hard skills, right? Knowledge. Problem solving, yes. You need to be very good at problem solving. Yeah, yes, that it is. How do you manage large databases or spreadsheets? This is something important as well. Why? Because these are typical questions from human resources or human talents are typical questions for technical interviews. Let's start working with human resources. That's the first interview you have. Tell me about yourself. You already know how to answer this question. Why do you want to work with us? You already know how to work with that. What are your strengths and weaknesses? You know, we did it. And how do you handle conflict at work? How do you handle conflict at work? Think about it. So you can say, well, it's very easy. I always try to manage all this, the situation, the conflicts in work, trying to solve it by working, by talking, and by acting, right? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I told you, right? How do you manage large databases or spreadsheets? That is something very specific. So I'm going to read it. What Excel functions are you most confident using? Describe a time when you automated a manual. Okay. Or administrative task. Sorry, manual administrative task. Can you walk us through a process you improved? Yes, can you tell me? That means you might be asked to perform a test or case study in the worst cases, right? So that is the technical interview and the human resources interview. Here you are. So the feature, the technical interview, and the human talent or human resources interview. Focus, skills and knowledge. The interview, the technical interview, always focuses on skills and knowledge. The human resources interview focus in personality and behavior. Sorry. The technical interview evaluates the task performance, how good you are. And the human talent or human resources interview talks about the cultural fit and communication. The technical interview make questions about tools, systems, and methods, while the human resources make questions about motivation, teamwork, and conflict solving. In technical interviews, you have to talk about examples like Excel task use, systems use, I don't know, process steps. But in human resources, past experiences, goals, and values. Do you remember experiences, goals, and values? Now, type of answers. Yes, in human resources, you need to work with practical answers and specific answers. But in human resources and human talent, you need to work with reflective, personal, and structured answers. Okay, reflective. That it is. Now, the common plots. Very good. In technical interviews, the common formats are task, tests, and case studies. While in human talent or human resources interview, the common formats are conventional and scenario based, right? So it's a little bit more technical, the interviewer. Technical, right? That is the way. That's a very good summary about how the interviews go. So finally, let's talk about the mock interviews. Yes. Do you have any question about it? Before we work with the mock interviews, do you have any question? Maybe you want to ask something, maybe you want to do something, or something is not clear, so you may tell me. I will wait for you, so you can tell me about your answer, okay? Don't forget that you can write down your questions in the YouTube chat. No se olviden que pueden hacer sus preguntas en el chat en vivo de YouTube, por favor. Y cualquier consulta, pues igual la pueden hacer, ¿ok? O si quieren que aclare algo, no hay problema, pueden colocar. No importa si es en inglés o en español, lo importante es que lo hagan y así podemos aclarar sus dudas o cualquier cosa que puedan tener, ¿ok? Everything is clear. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Finally, let's talk about the mock interviews. What is a mock interview? I'm working with an example, okay? These are examples of interviews. So it says, tell me about yourself. This is a human resource or a human talent interview. So as I told you, you can say, I'm an experienced administrative professional with over 5 years supporting office teams and management. That is what you are, right? And what you do. I'm skilled in scheduling, document organization, and communication. I'm known for being organized, proactive, and dependable. That is why, that is what makes you valuable, right? Then comes, I enjoy helping teams run efficiently and supporting company goals. So that is what you're looking for. Who you are, what you do, what makes you valuable, and what you are looking for. What is that? The elevator pitch, right? Why do you want to work for our company? I admire your company's reputation for innovation and teamwork. I'm looking for a role where I can grow up and contribute to the dynamic team, and my skills and a strong sense of responsibility would be a great match for your organization. What am I telling you? With this example, I'm telling you that I already work trying to look for information about the company. I know how the company work. Also, I am telling you how I can grow up in that company, and what you can do, you can give to the company in order to make it better. That it is. What are your strengths? Oh, what are your strengths? Okay, so let's talk about the strengths. One of my strengths is organization. I am very detail oriented and always make sure tasks are completed accurately and on time. I'm also good at multitasking and handling pressure, especially during busy periods. If you realize, he talked about organization, first strength, detail-oriented, and always make sure tasks are completed accurately on time, punctuality, multitasking, talking and working under pressure. Four strengths. Very good. Four strengths. What is your weakness? Okay, what is your weakness? At times, this is a very nice, at times, algunas veces, right? At times I can be too focused on details, which can slow me down. Do you remember that I told you about some specific phrasal verbs? Slow me down. Me hace bajar mi ritmo de trabajo, right? But I've learned to prioritize better and balance perfection with efficiency. He's telling the interviewer the weakness, but also he's telling the solution. I've learned to prioritize better and balance perfection with efficiency. So there is nothing to worry about, right? So tell me about a time you handled a difficult situation. Oh, a difficult situation. Okay, once a supplier failed to deliver important documents on time, I immediately contacted them, found a solution, and arranged a same-day courier. I kept my manager informed, and we avoided delays in our project. Look at how good that person solved the problem. Could be he or she. Once a supplier failed to deliver important documents on time. Okay, so the delivery didn't show up. So she immediately contacted, or he immediately contacted them, found a solution, and arranged a same-day courier, another courier. I kept my manager informed. They told the manager and informed, and we avoided delays in our projects, so they couldn't continue and not have more delays, right? So that is how to handle a difficult situation. Okay. I have another one, a technical interview, so which is also nice. It says, how do you prioritize tasks when you have multiple deadlines? I should start by listing and all tasks and identifying urgent versus important ones. Oh, urgent versus important ones. I use tools like Outlook or Trello to use reminders and track progress. I also communicate with my supervisor to align priorities if necessary. This is talking about something very important, identifying urgent versus important ones. The ones that may be done in that moment are the urgent ones, right? So what software or tools are you most comfortable using? I'm proficient in Microsoft Office, especially Excel and Word. I also have experience using Google Workspace, Zoom, and administrative platforms like SAP and Trello. I'm quick to learn new tools as needed. Yeah, very good. So they're telling the truth. Describe your experience with managing schedule and calendars. In my previous role, do you remember? I managed calendar for 3 managers. I scheduled meetings, avoided conflicts, and set reminders. Set reminders, right? Where am I? Oh, yeah, okay. I am very careful with time zones and always confirm appointments to avoid mistakes. Great. How do you handle confidential information? I treat confidential information with professionalism. I follow company protocols, store information securely, and never share details not authorized. Trust is essential in any administrative role. Look at how good they answered, right? And the last one is, how do you support a team during high pressure blood? I stay organized and calm. I can support team by anticipating needs, offering help, and ensuring my tasks are done efficiently so others can focus on their. I believe good communication and reliability are key under pressure. If you realize he's talking about their skills, his skills or her skills, supported, organized, and calm, supported teams, offering help, ensuring my tasks are done. So communication and reliability are key under pressure. So everything is jumping in the way you have to work with your branding, with personal branding, your elevator pitch, and also the STAR method. So think about those 3 and always speak clear. Clear is the most important thing. Okay, so I think I covered all the possible situations that you may have when you have an English interview related with the administrative area. Okay, so that will be a very good. Here says, what about the benefits that the company offers? Well, if you realize that questions comes more from the interviewer, right? What are the benefits that the company offers? Well, you can think about the benefits according to the place you are. For example, in Bolivia, we can have a medical insurance. That is the first one, seguro médico, right? You can have the medical insurance. Also, you can have some others like benefits, talking about money, right? Uh, what else? How would we ask what the growth opportunity? Okay, so if you want to ask what are the growth opportunities that you have in that company, you just be clear with that. What are my opportunities to grow up in that company? Easy. When you have a question, as I told you, when you have a question, get to the point directly, okay? Ask the question. Feel confident to do it. because you are there to answer the questions, but also to do questions. Because you need to inform what you are, but you need to be informed what you are looking for, right? What are the benefits that you are going to receive from the company? So it's from you and from the interviewer. So you have to ask, what are the benefits that I have from your company? What are the benefits? How can I grow up in your company? Right? That is the good. So what opportunities do I have? So there are many, many ways. Okay? That is the way you can ask. Well, is there any other question? If not, so thank you very much. We have already finished. And well, I hope this is helpful for you. Espero que esto sea muy importante para ustedes y que les haya servido de mucho, ¿ok? Muchísimas gracias a todos por su participación y bueno, pues estamos viéndonos en otra oportunidad. Que tengan un lindo y placentero resto de jornada. Hasta luego.